How's it going, man?
Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com, lifestyle, trending culture commentary. He is I and I am him. It's your boy Rel. Now let the games begin. Thank you guys for stopping through. Thank you guys for kicking it with me. For those of you who are out there watching, I appreciate y'all.
Welcome to the program. I'm sorry.
Please help me with the algorithms a little bit, as I continue to grow, as I continue to develop, build. Please make sure to like and subscribe if this is your first time here, or if this isn't your first time here, I do appreciate ya. Bunch of shit been happening in the news, and guess what? I'm here to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy that you decided to give it to you. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? It does mean a lot to me. It definitely does mean a lot to me. So, with that being said, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And leave a comment down below when it's all said and through. You heard, man? Thank you for making me worthy of your attention. But before I get into it real quick, right? Before I jump right in, there's been some things on my mind, right? As I continue to build, we're in the second week. It's a Thursday, the 13th of January, 2022. I've been thinking about a lot of things, man. Of just like the progression of an entrepreneur, right? And what it really takes to hold on to that growth. Hold on to what you see in the future for yourself and whatnot. And sometimes, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, sometimes it becomes a little daunting. You know what I'm saying? You hear people in their stories and they're like, yeah, man, it took me 7 years, it took me 8 years to make something happen. Well, honestly, man, I've been pushing 20 years trying to make something happen. Crazy to say that, right? You're like, damn, nigga, how old are you, man? What the fuck? When did you start doing this shit? How, you know what I'm saying? You don't look at age over 25. You started this shit when you were 4, nigga? The fuck? Nah, not at all. I've been into media content creation from an early age to now, and like I've always seen myself doing big things. But as time go on, you got things to worry about, and other things coming your way to focus and deter you, and yada yada yada. And sometimes you lose track. But as long as you could always maintain your goal for yourself, for some reason I always keep getting pulled back. You know what I'm saying? I always get the drive, the energy, the focus, the build. It's like I've learned all the technical things. Now it's just time to implement it and then learn as I go along, or just get better as I go along. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I say that to say never stop learning. Never stop learning. Because the more you know, the faster you grow, and the faster you could propel yourself at the end of the day. And that's one thing that I've been learning, man. That's one thing I've been learning. It's like the more you apply yourself, the more you put that effort into want to get better and wake up to put the time in to learn different things as you grow, whether it be visual, audio, network and marketing, merchandising, self-help, growth, anything that you could put into motion to help yourself get better, man. It's always worth it at the end of the day, because you could always measure progress in time. I was at this point, I was doing this, now I'm at this point doing that. Shit, my beginnings when I was streaming, I was shit. Like I think I mentioned this in a few streams in the past. I was just on some Ustream shit Periscope shit, not really knowing, the comfortability of being in front of the camera. Even when it comes down to like IG and all that crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff in the beginning will seem a little weird and uncomfortable, but after a while you realize, you know what? Like, what is there really to be self-conscious about? And I believe a lot of it is always going to be in your mind, you know what I'm saying? It's never really what the reception is from others, but it's always in your mind of how you see yourself. That's normally the first stumbling block. And once you get over that shit, smooth sailing, man. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Because nobody can really tell you anything about you once you accept you for you at the end of the day. Now let's get into some of these news topics, some of these news articles. I'm pretty sure, people have been seeing some of it. What's been going on. The media is very manipulative in what they put out there and how they present some of the news sometimes. And my blog is there to help cut through the bullshiznism. So definitely make sure to check out my website, trappolitics.com. A lot of dope shit be up on there. A lot of great content and whatnot, from blogs to unsigned hype. I listen to a lot of these Brooklyn drill guys, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island. I'm looking at all these niggas, all these drill motherfuckers out here, because drill music is popping. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's pretty good. But I got an unsigned hype column, as well as The Evils, where, it's like self-talk. I'm really just battling the negative talk in my mind, where I just sit down behind a mic, have a few drinks, and I just let loose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, definitely check out the website. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? If y'all rock with me, let me know on the website as well, too. I got some merchandise up on there for ya. You dig? Featured on TMZ, as you should already know. And if you don't know, well, bitch, you know now. You dig? New in the news. Intruders dressed up as Amazon workers break into a house in broad daylight on a brazen home invasion. Did they steal anything? They stole not a hot damn thing, according to the reports. I read the report, and it said that how, it was two guys, one of them in a Amazon suit. And that's the thing, right? When I used to work for a few places or whatever, and I used to quit, I used to still have the uniforms. And I used to think the same thing. I'm like, what's stopping me from pulling up? What's stopping me from wearing the same uniform, pull up like if I was an employee, and just start to violate motherfuckers on the job? Or, when I used to work in Walmart back in the day, or Best Buy back in the day, right? Who's to say I can't put on that same outfit, walk into a Walmart or Best Buy, and walk out of there with some merchandise? On some, I'm bringing this to a customer's car real quick, and just walk it into my car and peel the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever confiscate the merch. And it's not to say that they should actually change around the uniform whenever people quit, but it's like at the back end, you start to think, like, what's stopping anybody from just putting this shit on and pretending like if there's somebody? Like, you could really impersonate an employee and do some damage in these places. But it goes back into the whole thing of a lot of these employers don't really give a fuck about their employees, so it really doesn't matter to them whether or not the people walk out of there with it or not. Like, how many uniforms I had? That's still, that's probably in some storage somewhere. I threw out a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? When I quit Best Buy, I took my shirt off right then and there, name badge and all that. I threw it in the trash right in front of management, and I just walked out, you know what I'm saying? Even though I had like another 2 or 3 shirts at the house, I was so done with the place, I just threw it all out. That's normally how it goes, normally how most people do it. But recently there's been a lot of break-ins when it comes down to a lot of these delivery drivers, right, who quit these jobs and walk out of there with these uniforms. The other week there was this UPS delivery impersonator who broke into this old lady's house with kids and kids inside, and he went in there, and I think he stole like 100 or $250 or some shit like that. He broke into this old lady's crib, posing as a UPS delivery person in the Bronx, walked up in there and ransacked and terrorized the old lady and the children, crying, people screaming and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole clusterfuck of emotion, and nobody, they walked out of there with enough money to get a chopped cheese or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the whole point of that? Just like in this situation right here with these motherfuckers dressed up as Amazon workers, break into these people's place on some brazen home invasion, and they walked out of there with nothing. I guess they got the wrong spot. They probably thought, this was the stash spot. Ain't nothing up in that bitch. Shit is crazy. I don't get it. But it just goes to show you though that sometimes, these people quitting these jobs, sometimes people just get these jobs, work for like a month or two, get the uniform or whatever. They know a plug, or they know somebody that got some shit. Oh, this nigga about to go on vacation. Cool, let me pretend I'm about to drop something off. Once they grandma open the door or whatever, they kick the door in. 3 niggas run up in the spot. They ransack the spot. They rob the plug. And that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? We could just hope and pray that nobody gets shot or injured, though. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the times when these people be breaking in, it's normally when, vulnerable people is in the place, and the shit is sad sometimes, man. Shit is really sad, and it's really dangerous. These employers should be calling up these old employees and be like, yo, you need to bring that shit back, or we're sending the cops, because now, you're stealing property. We don't want you out here impersonating people. Shit. You know what the uniforms I got? I got a FedEx uniform. I got a security uniform. I got old employee. Man, shit. The type of impersonations I could do. Shit. I'm already not scared to be on camera, so don't get me out here acting out. Now, an 8th grader was removed from a Michigan high school after a video surfaced of this guy waving a gun, talking about a white kid waving a gun, talking about, I'm ready for the niggas. I'm ready for a lawsuit. I'm ready to get a lawsuit clapping at all y'all niggas. And it's just crazy for me to think about, because in the story it talked about he had a Confederate flag hanging behind him. So he's like another Dylan Roof out here, in middle school. Luckily, according to the report as well, it said that how this was the second time the video came into circulation. So the first time it came into circulation, I guess they didn't take it seriously. But now that it came into circulation the second time, they took it serious enough that they removed the kid from the school. I start to think, like, yo, what point, right, at what point does it have to get before people are like, yo, maybe there's something wrong with this kid. Maybe he shouldn't be in school, because he was still in school the first time the video went around. But it took the second time for the video to go around for people to see that this kid is really, twisted in the head. Cops pulled up to the spot, took the gun from him, but no charges were filed. So according to the report as well, too, it says that how, nothing could really be brought upon the kid for shooting a video but not doing anything prior to his threats. So it's like, does it have to get to the point where people are getting hurt that people really start taking it serious and step in, or should it be taken at like the first sign of a threat? I believe young people, especially when they're being brought up to be thinking some shit like this, and where the hell did you get a Confederate flag? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure those flags are banned across the states. If I'm remembering this correct, I'm pretty sure all Confederate flags are banned. I don't even think you could buy it on eBay. But it goes to show you sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that sometimes racism is ingrained at a very young age. And in Michigan, yeah, it could be, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad that it had to come to this point where people had to see it for a second time in order for them to be like, you know what, son, maybe you shouldn't be out here waving around a gun, talking about how you're ready to shoot up niggas. And the school that he went to, I saw a lot of pictures of the school, and I saw pictures of like a lot of their class photos and whatnot, and it's a very predominantly black school. So it just goes to show you too that, sooner or later maybe something could have had happen. Thank God nothing did happen. And they got this criminal off the streets. They got this brazen criminal up out the school, not up off the streets, because he's still out here roaming these mean streets in Detroit. But yeah, man. Interesting, right? Very damn interesting. Definitely check out trappolitics.com if you want to read the whole article, if you want to get a good insight on the article, because it is crazy to see and crazy to read. Rikers Island. Rikers Island. This is the one right here. This is this is the one right here. This was the article that I couldn't wait to get to right here, right? So on Rikers Island, hold on, what the fuck? What happened? What the fuck happened to my? You know what I'm saying? I gotta refresh it myself. What the fuck, man? The National Guard needs to step in, son. The National Guard needs to step in. Rikers Island is ran by the inmates. It's over. Unless the National Guard step in and start gun butting motherfuckers left and right. Because, yo, I was reading this one report about this so-called fight night situation that they had happening in one of the unit blocks, which is like 850 beds. And I'm surprised that one man is running the whole unit. It's like, I don't think he's running the whole unit, but he's maybe running like one part of the unit. What up, Mr. EU? What's happening with you? Thanks for stopping through in the chat box and saying what up. But yeah, man, so like, I was reading the report, right? The New York Times report about how there was this one guy who was forced to be fighting, but after he got his ass beaten the hell out of the leader, aka Bacalao, that's the gang leader over there, a Dominican gang leader of the Trinitarios is what it's called. And yeah, he literally tells people when to shit, when to eat, when to go outside, when to do anything in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? He's rocking Jordans and shit. Mr. EU, thank you, man. Thanks for you know, the prayers and whatnot too, man. I finally bounced back you know, in good health, man. Thank God. For the first few days, that shit was no joke. But all right, nah, no doubt, man. I appreciate you stopping through. But yeah. So this Dominican gang called the Trinitarios, ran by a guy by the name Bacalao in the George R. Verano Center. This guy is literally telling people when to eat shit and do anything like that. And I believe that, yo, listen, man, they need like some serious intervention. They need like serious people to be up in there, ready to like just to really bring order back into that place. But you can't really beat the shit out of these inmates. I was looking at a lot of the videos of some of these inmates. These people are toting weapons. These people are these people got knives. I mean, you know, big knives and whatnot. What else they got going on in there? These aren't like these aren't kids. These are grown-ass men in a facility ran by other grown-ass gang members. And the only way to fight this level of ferocity, I believe, is to have its own level. You could only fight power with power. Sometimes you might be able to go in there with a voice of reason and be like, okay, guys, you know, it's good. But not with these type of people. I believe that there needs to be like the National Guard in that bitch to really bring order into that motherfucker, because ain't no order gonna be happening when you got two COs, you know, both of them women, trying to run a house of like 50 men that are benching 285 pounds like nothing. You know what I'm saying? You need to have like some serious, manpower in there. And then the manpower that they're hiring is people from like Long Island. You know what I'm saying? These supremacist white kids with no they're a bunch of nerds. They don't really have, you know, enough backbone or manpower to really step in and do anything. according to the lawyer who was defending what happened to one of the inmates after he got released, he talked about how, oh, you know, bullying happens all the time, and this place is kind of like a necessary evil in these type of facilities. And it's crazy because what's the point of the COs if you're gonna be having people that are just gonna be beating the shit out of other people in the facility? I guess it's just like a fucking free for all. There should have been a lot of lawsuits happening by a lot of these inmates when it comes down to these places. You know what I'm saying? Find you a good lawyer, a good personal injury lawyer who could probably help you with these type of cases and situations. Rikers Island should have lawsuits this thick for them to really start taking shit seriously. Like, the lawsuits should start piling up on top of it. Should be a book. And if the lawsuits are that thick, I'm pretty sure they're gonna start having the National Guard come up in there and really start putting in some order and cracking skulls, and you know what I'm saying, and making it be known that, listen, man, this shit can't be going down like this. You know, cause it's bad, man. It's real bad. R.I.P. to Khalif Browder. You know, when he was in there, and the type of abuse that he undertook, not just from the inmates but from the COs, led him to kill himself. So it's like, when is the situation ever going to be taken seriously? And since it's such big business to have prisoners, it's like, you know, the funding that Rikers Island gets from the government, you know, it'll be crazy not to at least have some type of order, you know, before New York loses a bag. It's crazy. It's very crazy what's going on over there. But hopefully things change. According to the reports that I read, they said no change is coming anytime soon for Rikers. They said that place is a shithole, will always remain a shithole, and will continue to be a shithole, and will become a herpes infested shithole soon enough. Unfortunately, you know, I feel sorry for the people in there for minor infractions. I feel sorry for the people in there, period. You know what I'm saying? There should be a new system of dealing with people who are coming up off the streets. You know, the jail system is broken, and it definitely should be reformed, you know. Less like cattle and should be treated more like humans, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, gang culture will continue to be incubated in such hostile environments, and things won't ever change. The streets will continue to perpetuate the narrative. They're going to continue to go in there and be recruited and groomed, and then come back out on the streets, and then they're going to be running rampant amongst the people. It's like it's a constant cycle of it's just a vicious cycle that just may not seem to ever come to an end, unfortunately. And like I said, man, we could only just hope for the best. There's really nothing else that can be done, unless from what the article also said as well too, is that if the people could really start raising their voice about the conditions that are in Rikers, maybe things will change. But I say that in order for that to happen, the lawsuits need to start stacking up. More and more lawsuits, you know, where it's like, yeah, don't just, you know, the people who are getting out based on the horrible conditions means that there are grounds for a lot of lawsuits. But, you know, who am I? I'm just a man with a microphone. I'm just a man building a platform. But all I need is one mic. One try, one breath to make something happen for you. You dig? Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com. Make sure to check out the website, man. And last but not least, Kanye. You think Kanye is gonna go to Rikers anytime soon? Shit, they had what's his name in there? They had Wayne in there at one point. But you think Kanye is gonna go to jail? Can't throw this billionaire in jail. How would that look? So apparently Kanye slapped the hella loving shit out of a fan after he was asking about after the fan allegedly asked for an autograph. This is according to TMZ and the police report that was filed once the police showed up on the scene and found a man laying on the ground holding his head. It seems like, you know, he slapped the dude unconscious. Maybe the guy went to the hospital. Maybe the guy could file a lawsuit. Who knows? But at the end of the day, man, you know, Kanye out here overreacting. I saw the video. He's out here screaming at his alleged family. I don't know if that was really his family or not. But I know Kim K is, you know, I know Kim K is washing her hands of this irate man, you know. And this guy's just overreacting out here, screaming and barking and whatever probably triggered him. I mean, you know, shit. This is a little crazy, but you out here, you know, putting your hands on fans. It's definitely not a a good look, I would say. I would say there's a lot of therapy needed. Maybe electroshock therapy is possibly needed for you know, for his condition. But yeah, man, you know, we need to really start controlling our emotions. Find a way to like not overreact so much when it comes down to the things we want to control. Life has its ups and downs. Life has its means of testing our patience, and it's how well we could be able to stay tranquil in these moments that really define our character. I myself, I go through my episodes, I go through my moments, you know. I have my ways of dealing with certain things, you know. The best I try to do, the best thing for me to do is to not overreact at all. You know, I tend to remain cool or just completely remove myself from situations. I had to remove myself from amongst a lot of toxic people, toxic friends, people who enable bad habits. I had to, you know, completely stay away from these type of people, because if I continue to hang around them, eventually I would just explode. And I'm a ticking time bomb, you know what I'm saying? I like to vocally put shit out there, because once I start putting my hands and start being destructive in that manner, then there's no, like, you know, it just gets worse and worse from there. And, you know, I like to keep that animal caged in, because once it's unleashed, it's like, you know, everybody gets hurt. Nobody touched, because I'm just reactive to everything. And I'm glad, you know, I'm a person that's more stoic when it comes down to a lot of my battles and issues. You know what I'm saying? In the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, the battle is won. I think, how does it go? I think a good warrior avoids the battle or whatever, wins the battle without going to war. You know? And I'm not a turn the other cheek type of guy either. So if Kanye would have just hauled off and slapped the hell out of me, yo, shit, there'll be a lot of slaps going back. You know what I'm saying? There'll be shit. There'll be a lot of things going back and forth. I ain't gonna be laying down on the ground like no bitch. But maybe if there's a bag involved and he slapped me, I'll act like if I'm unconscious on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, rip open a pack of the ketchup and try to act like I'm bleeding out on the ground. Maybe convulse a little bit on the ground or whatnot. Tell people to call the ambulance. Tweaking out. You know what I'm saying? I might try to fabricate the story a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Add an extra little sauce on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not advocating for anybody to do that. I'm not saying, you know, that's something that anybody should do. I'm not putting that out there. You know, but you know, maybe if there's a bag involved, I may not overreact. See, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? When you're in war, you got to think of, you know, ways how you could capitalize, man. You could capitalize off your casualties. You know. So my advice is to always remain as stoic as possible. You know, be tact with the way you react. And you know, always do your best to put, you know, your best foot forward at the end of the day anyways. Kanye shouldn't be overreacting like that. He shouldn't be out here barking like that. A person with that much to lose, you should actually be, you know, unfortunately, when, you know, they say money amplifies who you truly are, and, you know, maybe this is just who he really is, just an egotistical, overreactively creative motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I know though, when the time comes for me to amplify my character, I know, you know, my blessings is not just the blessings for me, but it's going to be a blessing for everyone around me as well. You know, I'm not a person that that hoarders growth and opportunity. I'm a person that like to put opportunity out there for others as well. Whenever there's ample growth within my life, I like to share that with others. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate all the well wishes. I appreciate your time. Make sure to check out trappolitics.com for some more news and all the latest and greatest in lifestyle and trending culture that's going to be happening. Yeah, man. Definitely like and subscribe if this is your first time here. Definitely make sure to leave a comment down below. I do appreciate I do appreciate your interaction. It does mean a lot to me. It means that at least I'm reaching certain people. I'm talking to certain people. I'm able to connect with certain people, and that's that's cool for an up and coming YouTuber and whatnot. I am on Twitch. I be in VR a lot on Twitch. I am still getting the hang of it and how to really do it well. But that's neither here nor there. That's just gonna keep getting better with time as the YouTube channel grows as well. With that being said, peace, love, and prosperity. And until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Shine. We out.